All right, we're back. Let's keep going. Just needed a moment there. It's always good to have the little pause going on. All right, we're off to back to where we were, to be honest. Man, this game, it felt like I was playing detective and things were going well and it was all coming together, and then just fucking everyone died. And I felt like there were pieces of it that I just like couldn't do anything about, you know? Police work is tough. Take breaks, talk to strangers, explore. Also, like, my friends are gone, and let's talk to Titus.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable respect.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand.
His hand is covered in bruises and half plastered. Still, this hulking lump of man is glad to be alive.
The detective part of this game is kind of just the backdrop. Yeah, stuff just happens, I guess.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Shake his hand and nod in silence.
Now, how can I help you?
Sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Lizzie and Angus, they were just stupid kids. Didn't realize the shit they got into before it was too late. I feel responsible for both. For all of them, really.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic, and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
Hold on, where's that Shanky fella?
Dennis? That poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no, he stayed. Stupid, brave fella.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
They're good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
What does that mean?
It means you might die tomorrow. So live every day like it's your last. Ain't that right, fellas?
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking guy. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Or you might die of a heart failure. Or syphilis.
Thanks, Eugene.
Hey, fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
1 second, sorry, my phone's gone off. Okay, alright, we're good. What's going to happen to the Hardy Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads.
Fair enough, Titus.
Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
You don't happen to Colossia?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her?
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
He did.
Okay, got it.
He nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
Thanks, Kim. He knows the right way to rebuff.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
So long, fellows. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock. Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, 'cause the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Onward we go. This game is a trip. A trip. What does this say? Bonjour, je serai.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
One day I will return to your side. It gets trippier, jeez.
This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
I smell heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Step back, Lieutenant. Set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke.
Say nothing. Stare grimly into the flames.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
That was cool. Who's this? Oh, where's his friend?
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
Gone? Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt.
What? Was he killed during the mercenary tribunal?
Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to go. Sadly, it was not the case.
How did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No, René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
He has doubts, but right now he just wants to move on and not think about it.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute can't. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Tell me.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
I offer my sincere condolences.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is, part of life really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone.
Despite their differences, these men played such a significant part in each other's lives that now that one of them is gone, the other feels just lost.
I just don't know anymore. About anything really. But you must need something.
No, I don't need anything from you, Gaston.
Anti-Object Task Force. Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the Darkened One. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
Attacking physical objects heals damage. +1 pain threshold, thick skin. All physique, learning caps raised by 1. Fascinating. Onward we go. I'm surprised to hear you say it gets trippier, Merbles. Oh yeah, now that we're not in the dope music section. We're gonna turn the music back down a little bit. Back down the coast. We're just gonna keep checking these traps out of habit, because I like clicking on them as we go by.
The trap is fourth.
No Phasmins, fair enough. That's a boat. That is also a boat. Let's talk to this lady, see if she'll let us take her boat.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
You seem angry. Why?
Look at you. You can barely walk.
It's nothing.
Doesn't look like nothing. Looks like you've got banged up real good. What happened to you anyway? We heard gunshots from the town. They were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot.
I dodged the second shot. I can also get not shot.
Well, good for you.
I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
You need to get on that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Not long attentively.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
She needs to go on a date with another drunk, badly. Kim's here. Don't care.
You think she really needs more of that after a man died at sea?
But what do I do then?
What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober?
I'm listening.
Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober. Acknowledge the situation and keep it basic.
I'm a drunk. Don't know if you've noticed, so I usually ask people to drink with me.
I have, and I don't really.
This time, though, I thought I'd ask you for a walk.
Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator.
I am. That's why you should definitely agree.
Where would this walk take us, officer?
There's a nice view on the beach I found. Land's End.
Officer, I thought we had a walk of our own in mind. One that results in a solved murder investigation.
Oh no. You, come with us. Seriously, I insist.
She smiles back at the lieutenant and turns back to you.
You need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking. That's it. Understood?
This is cute.
Having the lieutenant along is a fail-safe measure against any possible funny business.
Smile and nod.
I guess I can come along for a quick stroll. I mean, if the ma'am insists, of course.
I'm really sorry.
I do, yes. Stroll on the beach sounds nice, doesn't it? All right, I'll see the kids haven't killed each other and we'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes?
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready.
Get ready. How? We'll talk to our kids in the meantime. I do want to keep pressing forward on the murder, but... you know, a date's a date. Let's talk to Kim.
Yes?
Nothing. Alright, where are those kids at?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right?
On that island?
Yeah, that one. That's what I need to know there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
Wait, you mean shells?
I don't know what these are.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy.
Someone lives on the island?
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Died so sad, even hypothetically. Yeah, 9-4. That would have crushed me. Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know.
It's all good,
He
9-4.
don't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
You mentioned something about lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think.
Kuno would take it. That is funny,
No,
Merbles.
he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
Say nothing.
I'm sorry.
That's cute. I'm sorry. The one says the other, rubbing his brother's shoulders affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
There's
The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that there's no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Okay. Quick, let's hustle. Go see our lady. What a 9-4 way to say that. Bahahaha. Going to Land's End. I'm sorry. It is cute.
Just dead and dying. Poor.
Where this lady at? I agree, Merbles.
The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again, tousled, wild. She brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Aye, so here you are. Early in the morning and the sun is up. And not a drunk or teenager in sight. I'm surprised.
Just the particular, like a lot of people ha 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 or lol or whatever, you bah ha ha a lot.
Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
She turns to face the sea once more.
Her thoughts are still elsewhere, with distances across the water, and with the water itself.
You seem surprised that I made it.
Drinking men aren't known for keeping their appointments.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
The world? Those big words men like to throw around as though they had weight. Let's just admire this piece of the world we happen to have in front of us, eh?
She nods to you, a playful glint in her eyes.
As she turns to face the sun, reflected in the waves, and the skyscrapers rising across the bay, you cannot help following her steady gaze. You should say something. Anything. Maybe the tequila sunset thing.
You know, a past incarnation of myself called himself Tequila Sunset. I wonder why that is.
It's a common Revacholian expression. Means drinking yourself to death. So, are you going to keep the name?
Here's my name. I don't need any others.
Well then, Harry.
She smiles and turns towards the sunlit sea.
The sun reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay is mesmerizing. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air. River Esperance flowing into the bay.
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer.
The sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie. The sun does little for the dead, and those hopelessly lost in their own minds, or people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Just enjoy the view.
There's salt in the air, and the cries of the gulls and the skuas, grit of the sand and the green glint of broken bottles. But still your gaze always returns to the dazzling streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their opulence.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be?
Well, something's got to be on our side.
I guess we wouldn't really be here if that thing wasn't on our team.
You would be incinerated, or worse. Maybe some general remarks before you say something big. Work your way up to the cool.
Yeah, fishhooks in your ears.
These aren't real fishhooks, silly. They're earrings shaped to look like fishhooks. A drunk called Rosemary brought them to me. I kept them.
The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the light slowly spreading across the other coast.
There's an interesting lilt in your voice.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi Sunt. Not a lot of sun there, I hear. Though I've never been.
Hey, Mama Bear, we're on a date with Lillian right now. It's a lot more pleasant than the shootout that happened about an hour ago. How's your week been?
The wind ruffles her hair as she looks at the light slowly spreading across the other coast.
Don't you want to go visit La Delta?
It's enough that my fish goes there. 50 real a piece they ask for spring cod.
Out on the terrace of La Fru de Fond, a hip business lunch spot in downtown La Delta, glasses clink over a spread of oysters. Someone can't decide what to eat. Someone recommends a ceviche. Someone shields her eyes, trying to see across the bay.
Yeah, the week has been pretty good. Really busy at work, but I'm making good forward progress on some things, which I'm feeling pleased about. Been running in the mornings, which I'm tired because I've been waking up at 7, and normally I wake up at 8:30. But it's been worth it. I run over to Mel's, and then we go through like a run walk for like an app that she has, 0 to 10K, and then I run back. She lives about a mile away. Yeah, this is a date 9-4. What do you think killed the Hanged Man?
Good one. I'm gonna go with the rope.
She thinks it was a riddle. She must not even know of that business. Better that way.
Alright, let's give it a shot. Say something about the sun.
Say what? Something interesting? Impossible.
Please, this is important.
She turns her head, and the plastic fishhooks rattle in her ears. Nothing shear-worthy takes place in your head. Relax. This was still good.
That sun thing was very pretty. I'm sorry I don't have anything to add.
Thank you. Out there on the other planet, the sea, you start seeing things in a strange light. I'm glad I got to share it. You know, the wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have to go, but...
She takes her sword out of the scabbard. The blade reflects the sunlight, a dark orange.
Have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore.
Are you sure you don't need the sword?
No. Men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me.
The lieutenant looks at the sword with distrust in his eyes. Do not bring it into a gunfight, he thinks. Please understand, it's merely ceremonial.
Think we can do this again sometime?
Doubt it. But thank you for the company.
This is as far as it goes with her. You'd need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me.
Farewell.
She nods to you and turns to go. That was nice. Got a sword out of it. We're gonna have to check that out. Let's take a look. Equip this to impress yourself. Apparently we did impress ourselves. Keeps making a sound every time we do this, but I don't know what that means. It's not affecting our stats. And it doesn't do that whenever we switch anything else. I do like it though. In fact, one second, let's get an outfit that makes sense with this. Clothes. This guy. Yeah. Let's go with superstar sunglasses. Oh, actually, these ones were better. The hat is dumb, though. We need to find something better. Yeah, that's fine. Trade this for a white satin shirt. Jeans. Do we have anything? And the shoes I actually dig. Though we could go with these. Yeah. We look good. I like it.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party.
I like regular normal things.
I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be.
Cigarette butts cleaned away under the rock. Brand Tiomu Tiri. Okay. We already checked those. Alright. On to the boat. Hustle, baby, hustle. Oh, and thanks for the recognition, Mama Bear. The running hasn't been so bad so far, but it's... I mean, the hardest part's getting up. Once I get out the door, it's a pretty chill affair, actually. It's so interesting what my body is, like, just used to. Like, it's not very hard. Like, when I've been back lifting again for a couple of months, and I don't really get sore anymore. You don't get as strong as quickly, either. And I could probably work on some things to make it work a little better, but the planks creak beneath your weight. But, you know.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty.
You know, it's just interesting what you can get used to. Yeah. Well, I mean, you used to wake up at like 4 a.m. every day, right? So it's only early to you now.
Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
Yeah, I am sure I want to go now.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
Let's check. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Don't care, don't care. Don't care. We're working on that now, and we're working on that now.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
Say nothing.
Fine, why not?
He shrugs.
Very cool. Now tune it to SAD FM. You know you want to.
Get in and ride to the island. I love it.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
Yeah, I hear you, Murbles. I just can't do anything about it right now. It's a cutscene. Oh, oil spilling into the bay. I like this song.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Task updated. Go to the island. Yep, because we did it. Makeshift bridge. Bombs are powerful enough to break the foundation. Rusted chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Finish his thought. Up the stairs? Sure. Then we can go back over there. Or up here, or whatever. Attention, inflammable. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel. Black, viscous. There's a lingering trace of mazout in the air. The barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks in it. A little birch from the coin-operated viewer still holding on. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. In we go. What is this place? This was once an armament rest. Careful, these stairs have collapsed.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right.
I got you, Murbles. I'm with you.
The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Pour fuel into the tank. Where do the wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
Points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
What does this mean, a generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
I meant, why is it here?
Someone who has basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Tap on the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
Pour fuel into the tank. Anytime you can do something like this, you usually should.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Find fuel for the generator. Sweet. I don't remember where we got the fuel, but happy to have it. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. A moth-bitten bedsheet to keep the wind out.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Does anything stand out as unusual? See, conceptualization. We suck at this every time. We have a skill point for it. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. Continue. Yeah, still no better.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment purposes. Fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor.
Nothing? Nothing out of the ordinary?
Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that, you can't say.
Okay.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Maybe a little shut-eye, just an hour.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour, maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until
Until?
you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
One frame per second. Love it. Oh, where's Kim? Kim, where are you? Kim is gone. And I can't equip anything. Oh, I can't mess with anything. I don't like this. Tab also doesn't work. The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Do you want to... Door's still here. Closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. Yeah, I can't do anything. How do I get out? Down the stairs and down. Oh, okay. I was like, this is how I came in. Well, I hadn't checked out this part yet. Okay, out we go. I can't mess with my inventory or anything. Where am I going? Where's Kim? Go down the chain. There's something there. Okay, but how do I get there? I feel like it was over here, maybe? I can't get down it from this side, can I? It's gonna make me go all the way around the island. Yeah, zooming out. Walk into the water now. See footprints on the water. Whose footprints? Further. Oh.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away. Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go.
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I'm in my head. I miss you.
Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
Do you miss me there?
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
She stares at her feet, the zebra stripes on the intersection, the lights of the video red to glow in her hair.
This is everything I always warned you about.
Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions? She sighs and looks over her shoulder.
What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
Thanks. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad.
This is my ex.
It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Crown of immortality, aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this.
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder. Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
no, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love.
Tired?
Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
We can do it though, 97%. We own at this. We're gonna just go straight for it.
With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back.
You're not kissing me back.
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours, trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
That's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
She slides her hand down her chest and under her lower stomach and smiles.
I'm pregnant.
Is it mine? Yeah, check successes, right, Myrmels?
Of course not.
She looks down at her belly, then up into your old eyes.
I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one. More questions. Ask more.
You always said I have a vast soul and you'll always come back to it.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter. A handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
Seems like we should summarize. You know what I mean. You left me a letter saying you'll always come back to me, that you can't believe how happy you are with me.
Okay, Harry. Okay. It was morning and you slept. The room smelled of cigarettes and Rowans. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left. It was autumn, the first one we had together. But you have to understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100,000,000 years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about?
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome.
I feel like you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're the X something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
Who? Everyone?
Everyone. Literally all of you.
Glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closer.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
Cool. Your friends. Say hi to your friends for me, then.
I will.
The evening gown blows in, and the gown wraps around her like a white flag.
1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane.
On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insulinde, and nothing else.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
But I swore I wouldn't let you go. You told me. You asked me to be this way.
That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and am happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
How will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
Dolores, sorrows or pains, day of God. You're already dead, Harry Potter. This is so intolerably bad.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
And off she goes. I'm awake.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Just spit out the blood and get back to your work. You're badass like that.
Okay. He's still worried. You must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Alright, we're gonna take a quick break, folks. I'll be right back.